Welcome to Trading Lounge and the commodities video. Just before we start, a couple of little announcements is that we're starting a new Bitcoin prediction game for this particular month. James Martin won last month, and we've bumped it up to 2 million Satoshis and 1 year subscription here. So you just go to the Bitcoin prediction here. Anybody can play. It's free to play, and you'll need a Gmail to enter it. You can change your price as many times as you want up until the 20th of each month, and you just make your prediction and you sign in with Google Gmail, and you can come back in and edit whenever you want within this. So that's the new game that's started. So the first one went reasonably well, I thought. I did a couple of tweaks in the background, but all good. You don't need to be a member of Trading Lounge to play. It's just open to everybody. It's just a bit of fun, so that's that. And also too, on the let me just get organized here a little bit. The Elliott wave algorithm here for I've got the trading levels on here as well, but we've done a lot of improvements on the Elliott wave algo here. So we've just done all the Zhao's just done all the updates here for the Elliott wave algo, and also the AI. So the Elliott wave algo that does all the counting here is different from the AI over here that does the counts, right? So this AI over here is working well, but I've got to put in, Zhao's going to put in another prompt because it's not pulling the latest date or the price, but yeah, it's doing everything correctly. It's just not, anyway, a little bit of work to do on this. So this is, this is the AI here, and this is the Elliott wave algo. So they're kind of different, but yeah, we just got to do some work on the prompts on the dates for those. So just letting you know that, and some basic help videos are up in the corner here. We need to update these, but we've done a lot of upgrades to this program now, so that's functioning much better, and we're working on it, every day. We've got Zhao's a senior engineer, and very lucky to have him. Okay, so over to the commodities. Bitcoin, we'll look at Bitcoin and we'll look at ETH. There's two ways I can see that we can look at Bitcoin, and this particular move up here from the low here around before Christmas here in 22 is moving up in primary 1 and 2 and primary 3 and 4 and going up to primary 5 here, which will make another larger wave 1 with an ABC correction across the 100,000 and then up again. Now I do like this count a lot, and the reason I like it is because, as I mentioned before, it fits into the Nasdaq count of primary 1 and 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. So this wave 4 here is where we are at the moment, and we're looking for 5 waves up to primary 3 here. So this primary 3 here is really this primary 3 up here and 4. So we're looking for 5 waves between wave 4 and wave 5, and we'll go and have a look at that. And so this little move up here is giving the first 5 waves up. The first impulse wave is wave 1, and then 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 up there. And this will be the same here as well. We're looking for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I won't go into a lot of detail on the Nasdaq, just to point out that this is probably the count here. We could also view it technically. I thought that I had it here, but it must be here. This is the other count here that is just as valid. It's just a little bit different. It's more of a bullish picture to the upside here with 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 1 and 2. I can give that some gravity, but look, there's not going to be a lot of difference in which way you kind of look at this anyway, because basically this market is going to be looking at the 80,000, or let's just go in and have a bit of a look. I think I had this on we'll pick it up from this wave 4 here, and I think I had it on the hourly chart here, not on this one, maybe this one. Yeah, this will do the trick. So that's that orange wave 4 here, right? So we're looking at wave 3, wave 4 here, and we've been looking up as wave 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and now we'll be looking up in terms of, well, I've got it as wave 1 here and 2 here, going up for wave 3 here, 4 here and 5 here, and then we'll have an ABC pattern over here for this. I'm not sure how far this will pull back. It could pull back right on the golden mean or the ratio. It could, 61.8. It could be, plenty of support in here as well. It could come deep, could be shallow. We'll just track it, but basically we're looking for that third wave up at that, at that stage. So we can go into that a little bit more detail a bit later, but I'll start to sort of cover this a little bit more in the NASDAQ stocks video as well, because it kind of fits in with the NASDAQ count and on the intraday basis and so on. But in the meantime, we'll just continue to push up here. Obviously, the the trading levels here, we'll just have a quick look at those here. Oh, there we go. So basically the medium level here has been quite dominant through this whole correction here. I'm not sure why that's not playing out across there, but what I also wanted to do here was just have a look at the I don't know why that's doing that. Shouldn't really do that. Shouldn't read minor levels. Should read minor levels, but it's not working that crash hot there. So I'll just go to the daily. I need to rewrite that, or help. Joel can help with that. Let me just go to this one. This one here is better, because what I want to point, you can see 65 is really quite nice in here. And now if I go into the minor levels, I should come up. We did an upgrade on this, so it's a little bit bit messy, but let me just clean that up a little bit there. And I haven't got 72. I won't worry about it. It's not functioning that well here. I don't want those big dots there either. Small dots, just to get it out of the way. No, it's not giving me what I want. Not to worry. Okay, what I do want to have a look at though is I can just bring Bitcoin up here. This is a little bit better here. What I wanted to point out here is that the trading levels here are 65, 72 and 80 here. Now there's lots of other important numbers in here as well, but you can see 72 kicking in here. So this is a little bit like group 2 in a way, if you understand the levels, but this will be the pattern we're looking to the upside here. So this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here, what I wanted to show is that this is the same that Ethereum is doing at the moment as well. So from this wave 4 is 1 and 2 here, and 3 and 4, and going up to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 up for 1, and ABC for 2. So this is what the S&P is doing. It's what the NASDAQ is doing. It's what well, we could look at Apple, we could look at Nvidia, we could look at Meta platforms. Some of the other ones are a little different. I guess on the 10th of June, I mean, the Feds are speaking on the 11th or 12th, depending where you are on the planet, of June. But on the 10th, we've got one of the big Apple. Is it Apple that's doing the stock split, or was it? I can't remember now. But that's on the 10th. So I think that stock split will create the top on the 10th. Here for markets generally speaking, and that will give us our wave 2 pullback at this point. Okay, so this is the one that we'll be looking for to go long on in banks, in stocks, just crypto, yada yada yada. So yeah, we'll pick that up when we get there. But that's just basically pretty much simple pattern that we're looking at the moment with all of this. So 3, 4, 5 around the 10th of June probably, and I don't know how far this is going to pull back here. We'll just have to work it. It may stay within group 2 here, this little group 2 area here. It's doing all its job here, but yeah, so we're just really waiting for that. So that's that. Okay, that was a bit of a windfall. So now we want to go and have a look at we want to go and have a look at the dollar bonds and yields, because they're making a move now, which is fantastic because it gives us trades in the FX market. So with the treasuries here, the ETF, the TLT, this is, you know, as you may know, we've been looking at this with the A wave here and A, B, C here for the B wave, and the little 5 waves up here for 1, and we've been looking for the pullback for wave 2 here. And so basically we're looking at little 5 waves up here, which is pretty close, and then that may even fit in with the other markets that we just had a bit of a look at. And then this wave 2 to pull back here, and then 3, 4, 5 to move up. So while the bonds are going up here, we're going to see the US dollar and the US yields, the yields here coming next, be pushing to the downside here. So this is the yields here. So we've always had this nice little 5 waves here. We're looking for a bit of a rally here. I'll just keep the trend line in here because they normally kind of play out reasonably well. So we're looking for 5 waves down here, which is looking reasonable. Good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So a bit more to go there. I could have a look at the 2 years. The 5 years are probably moving a little bit quicker. But anyway, I've got to nail that wave 1. And we need to nail that wave 1 too, because this wave 2 pullback here, this is going to help us get the setup for, you know, when this does come down and finish here, and we're going to get a little kickback in here. I don't know how high that's going to come either. But this third wave here is what we want to catch, because it will be the third of the third, you know, and we can get the third here again as well. So we really need to be, you know, this will be the trigger here for being long in the Aussie, the cable, the dollar, euro dollar, and so on. So that trigger there will be really important. So I'll work with our analyst Malik on that, FX man, and we'll try to get that on cue there. So yeah, short the loonie, long the euro dollar, the cable, the Aussie, that sort of thing, you know. So that's there. And so that brings us over to the dollar. And with the dollar here, I won't go into the bigger picture here, but basically we're looking for wave 1 with the A, the B, and the C, which was our bearish count. We had a bearish and bullish count. Taking this little low out here triggered the dollar to be bearish. Now we understood that the yields and the bonds were suggesting that this would be the case, but I still wanted this to be triggered here before we start moving into the FX market. So we'll slowly see this move down. Obviously the 103 here is going to give really good support, so it's going to get a bit tough here. We'll get some sort of bounce. So this little bounce here, right, that's going to line up with what I just mentioned here, this little move here, you know. And at the same time with the bonds, if you can't see it, this will be this pullback here. So this is a really nice little move up through here. And I'm not talking about strength, I'm talking about, you know, the actual wave structure. So we'll be able to pin the top and get the turn. But this is, once we get the turn here, this little trend here, this is the one that we want to trade to the upside. So yeah, that's all really good news on the dollar bonds and yields. It's become very clear, so it makes all the FX trading. So we'll be looking to trade this. So there's going to be a lot of trades coming shortly in FX, and also in crypto, and also in stocks. So they'll all be sort of all sort of lining up for this nice trend that's going to be looking out. So all our analysts will be all over this, so that's great news. Okay, so over to the gold market, and we'll look at gold and silver. We'll look at the Chinese market. We'll look at some base metals, and also the energy market. So the crude should just follow the dollar. So as the dollar moves down, we'll see crude hopefully follow that down as well. So over to gold. One of our members wanted to have a look at the monthly chart, so we'll just go back into these dates here. 72, the Nixon days, when, you know, There's a really good website that I've mentioned before. It's called WTF happened in 1971 or 1972. It's a little website some crypto people put up, but it's good when they sort of unhinge the dollar from gold, how everything exploded, for better or worse. So just type in. Let me just have a little look. Let's see if we can find that. Let me just go into here. I don't know if they had 1971 or 1972. Oh, this one here. This is the website here. Yeah, so it's fantastic. It just see this 72 here, and it's just got chart after chart after chart, and it's just fascinating. Just really good. I won't. But anyway, that's. Let me just drop this into here. That's the URL here. So anyway, that's that. So let's just go back over to the gold here, and I'll just need to put this TradingView web program in. So basically, all of this move up here, I've had a bit of a look at it, and I'm happy to have it as wave 1 and 2 here of a grand super cycle here. And so 1 and 2 here, and then we're going up into a wave 3. So this one way over here, this is the one that we're moving into here. Now, obviously, this is log scale as well. Now, I'm quite bullish on this. It's not like I'm a gold person or a Bitcoin person. I mean, anybody in their right mind would sort of hold both, I guess. But yeah, I don't choose sides. I know opinions just get you into trouble most of the time, so I try to avoid them. So basically, from this wave 2 all the way up to wave 1 and 2 here, and then from this wave 2 we're going up to, so if we had this wave 3 over here, then we'll be looking at this wave 3 and this wave 4 and this wave 5 over here for that. This wave 4 can go over here, and this one can go over there. So that's kind of where we are at that point. And then we can look at this one here as this one, this one. I mean, don't worry about where I'm putting them in price terms over here. But basically from this wave 2, we're going up as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for primary degree 1, for cycle degree 1 and cycle degree 2 here, and then up to 3, 4, 5. So I just see it continuing to go up like it always has done. I don't see a top in the end of the world, so to speak, in this market. I'm sure if there was a beginning, there's probably an end. But I'd always like to think that it's always been here. I mean, that's sort of, I try to wrap my head around that. I know the Big Bang's not, the starting point's not there, not the latest sort of thinking. But I always thought that, that it's always been here. I mean, it's pretty hard to get your head around that, I know, but you've got to be a bit of a tripper. But anyway, another subject. But 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 here, and then we're going up for wave 5 here. So in this wave 5 going up here, we've got this wave 5 here and this one here, so 4 to 5. And then inside of this, we've got 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 in here at the moment. And then we'll go up for wave 5 of 3 here. So we'll see a bit of a dance around this 2,500. So we'll see little classic trading levels around here, and then we'll be up at the 3,000 in that point. So that's kind of where we are on the monthly. If we pick it up from this wave 4 or this wave 2 here, on the weekly, we'll just go to the weekly so you can stay with, because there's a few things I need to talk about. So the wave 4 here, then 1 and 2, and then 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 up to here. And This can be counted in a couple of different ways here, okay? So, because it's a little bit sort of tricky in here. This is what large numbers do. They attract large orders, and large orders can skew the pattern, the wave count, and it's not perfect. So I always, always get a little bit philosophical around large numbers and what patterns are created there, and try not to get too frustrated with it. What I look for though is that it is resistance and then support here. So basically we're always looking for the classic trading levels pattern, the arrival, the reaction, the first high above the level, the ABC, and then back. So migrating from resistance to support over here. That's the trick. Once the penny drops, and you'll find that most trading systems that are successful kind of incorporate that in their own way. I mean, it's like men and women. We look at things differently, but we can get to the same conclusion, but in different ways. So you just need to be a little bit patient. But it was resistance, and then it's now support from the highest level, the highest point down, and that created the long trade there, which we would have traded. So that's where we are at the moment on that, and then we go into the daily chart here to pick this up a little bit. And this is this wave 4 here. So I still think this wave 4 needs to, it's a little bit messy here, and wave 4s are a bit like that, but I still think that it needs to actually come down a bit further before heading higher here on this. So that's that particular wave 4. Also too, we'll have a look at on a different charting program in a moment, but basically GDX is the same. It's already fallen out of bed, so we're looking for the wave 3, the A, the B, and the C here. So we'll be able to count 5 waves down here. We'll talk about that yesterday, so I won't bore you to death with that. I will go in and have a look at the charting on the other charting program here. So yesterday, so basically we've got wave 3 over here, and we're looking for wave 4, right? So we're looking for the ABC, so we're looking for a little move up and then a move down. So where's my buttons? Got to push the right buttons. Just cleaning this up here. Just bear with me here, because I just, use chatting about stuff. So we've got lots of support here for this, but it's still not quite sort of completed in its own way here just yet for this. So we still need to come a little bit lower. I'm not going to worry about it at the moment, but it should be supported by the dollar dropping down. Let me just have a look at silver. We're looking for a silver to pop down as well. Okay, so yeah, so with silver here, it's a little bit easier. So we had wave 3 here with wave 4 here, and sorry, the A, losing the plot, the A, the B, and the C. And yesterday we were here looking for a turn down of this wave 4, and if I'd made a mistake, this is our setup to go long, and we did put a trade out on that for that to look to go long, but now we'll readjust that in due course. So I'll speak to Sammy about that, and we'll look down. We're pretty much on the low here already, unless I'm missing something. I mean, it counts down nicely as 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5. The only other mistake I could make is that we come down much further, but it doesn't really matter in a way, because what will happen is that what we're looking for now is basically this will be the pattern that we're looking for if we're going to go long. Okay, so it doesn't really matter. So you just look for the first high above the level and then drop it down here, and that's your long trade. That's your safe long trade. It's not the best price, but it's a safe long trade. Okay, so we'll look for, that's what we'll be looking for next. I won't burn up more time on that. And so that's all the gold and silver. I want to have a look at the base metals now, but this, first of all, I just want to have a look at China. So this is China going back from 2007 and 8 here. We've looked at this many times, but it's a triangle pattern. It's a triangle Elliott wave triangle pattern with an A, B, C, D, and E over here. And from this low here, we've just been observing it push to the upside. So this is a monthly chart, and because it's pushing to the upside from this low here, it's been very kind to some of the metals. So let's just go from monthly to weekly. This is what we were looking at here. And basically, you know, over the time, we're just basically seeing if this would sit on the 3,000 here. And it's basically doing that. It's, you know, it's moved up and it's doing everything that we wanted it to do at this point. And, you know, the push up here was, we could get 5 waves out of here. I can see another little 5 waves here. This looks like a little bit of a corrective pattern here, but I could have this as 1 and 2 here as well. I've either got this as the A, the B, and the C here. And like I say, it gets a bit skewy around large numbers, so I've got to be a bit careful. It could be that, you know, I got it totally wrong and this is some sort of ABC pattern here, so that's why I'm trying to just get past that. So I'm just sort of waiting a little bit, but basically while it's above this number here, then I'm going to remain positive on this, on China, even though, you know, there's lots of bad news coming out and, you know, all these sort of things. But yeah, this is telling me a different story. So there is support there. So when we do have a look at say copper, for instance, we've had this nice trend up here in copper. We've been looking at a 4th wave coming into play here as well for this. So I'll let Sumney do that in terms of his chart. So I won't look at those today because I'm running a little bit late because I've got to watch myself just yakking away. And yeah, so just reacting from 5,000, and we should still continue to push up there. And then if we look at uranium as well, so we're looking at wave 4 here, so it's testing a little bit lower in here for this. I mean, that apart from that spike there, we could look at this as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 up here, but I'll just wait to see how this sort of plays out here as well. But I still want one more wave to go to the upside here, so we need to look for 5 waves down here. I can see that it's up 0.6 over 0.5% to the upside, so we'll look for that. And then I'm basically looking for an ABC here for wave 2 before we're going up here further. So in a way, this particular pattern here, this is the arrival, the reaction, and the first high above the level, and then the ABC correction here. I need to change that. We're just changing things so all the analysts are on the same page with coloring now, and then we're going to work on the degree of structure so we've all got the same degree of structure. So this is really where we are. It's just a classic trading levels pattern here. So we've got this. We're not quite there. I'm looking for one more push up here and then this here. So I'm not too worried about adding any positions here. We've got some long-term positions, but we want to be over this side, and we're over here at the moment, so we've got to come down further, and we've got to be over here. So there's a long way to go just yet for this particular market. Now I want to have a look at gas. So I was also looking at this natural gas here as a wave 4 here, and I'll just see if I've got this on if it was this one or the spot gas here. So let me just check here for a moment. Yeah, we're trying to work out this wave 4 here. I thought this would be the A, the B, and the C wave here. I'm not sure. It could be that this is wave 1 and 2 here. I'm not that sure about it. It does appear that we've got 1, 2, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, a third, fourth, fifth here. So it does look like we've got wave 1 here and 2 here. So we'll see how that sort of pushes up. But we're also just expecting a little bit, you know, just there's a bit more upside to this here. I know it'll be under pressure from what Crude is doing. So it's going to look a little bit flat and ugly and all the rest of it. But that will be that, and we need to have a look at the energy sector now, not the energy sector, the crude oil. So yesterday we were looking at, let me just clean this up, we're looking at an impulse wave coming down from the top here in this, so we can just sort of, let me just look at that there. That's I have to put that in there, I think. So a little bit, that's still not, I think I'm still one more wave short here. Not short, but you know, basically what I've mentioned yesterday, and I'll stick by it, is that In terms of the trading levels from $70 to $80 here, the levels are 1, 2, and 3 for Group 1, and then the midpoint, and then Group 2. So when we're coming into Group 1 here, I always find in a bear market it gets very bouncy into 3, 2, and 1 here. So it's going to be very choppy and very messy at this point, but it should, as I mentioned, edge its way down to the 70 here before seeing a rally. So it's going to be very time consuming in here. Like all trends, there's a beginning, there's a middle, which is the fast bit, and then there's the ending bit here. These are all 1s and 2s, and then these are all going to be 4s and 5s down here. So it's going to be slower down here. So we can expect it to edge lower, and it will probably bounce in line with the you know how we talked about the bonds, dollars, and yields, how we're going to pull back for that wave 2, then this will also do the same here as well into the 70. We'll see a larger bounce. Alrighty, I'll leave it all at that. Thanks for tuning in. Cheers.